All right, babies, it's that time again. Oh, yeah. Look at this. It's chilly out. We are in Mark 14. It's got like 72 verses in it, but I'm not really going to talk much about it, I don't think. It's getting into the passion narrative, which I always find very disturbing, because I don't like to hear about the king suffering. No, I don't. Dude, what's happening here? The guy's backing out of his driveway and not looking. That's a good one. Okay. Can't say we haven't lived our lives that way, have we? Or can we? All right then. So what do I want to say about this? Mark goes on to detail oh my God, now this person's not using their signal. What is happening? Proceed with caution, people. Human beings ahead. Okay. Jesus mentions, kind of predicts his end, and disciples are all like, "Oh, we'll never forsake you." And then Jesus tells Peter, "You're going to deny me." And then sure enough, he does. Fearing for his life, most likely, right? It doesn't say that, but I think we can assume that. And then there's this inexplicable sentence or two about during Jesus being arrested, this young man flees wearing just a linen cloth, and the linen cloth falls off and he runs away naked. Okay. Good story. It's kind of bringing to that story, as well as there was another one I was thinking of before I started the broadcast. It's just reminding me that clearly God is not in the business of spelling everything out for us, right? There's something about the mystery that is essential to living and understanding God. Now, I thought of what it is. It's that recently I've been kind of having some trouble. Just yesterday, just not really feeling my usual exuberant self. Just feeling kind of uninspired, you know, or not really not feeling the help that I usually feel from the Spirit. So I was just kind of going about things, and you know, at one point I got some encouragement. Yeah, and yeah. So like in this case, it's kind of reminding me of that same type of thing. It's like, you know, if God intended this image to be put in the very center of his arrest scene with no explanation, you know, if that was his intention, then it sort of underscores overall, like I was experiencing yesterday, like why am I not feeling the comfort I usually feel? What's going on? And not really getting an answer to that question, but then ended up getting some help. Now, I've talked about this before, and I usually take those things to mean, you know, you stay true, you stay trusting God, you know, you don't live your life based on how you're feeling, because then it's not really, you're not really living by faith. In fact, I've often said that to the Lord, like, you know, believing in you hasn't been that difficult, because you keep giving me evidence of yourself. So it's like, that's not too hard to believe. So that when his presence is removed, then I'm like, what happened? What did I do wrong? And maybe I didn't do anything wrong, right? Maybe it's just a time to grow. So yeah, I don't have anything to say about the naked guy fleeing from Jesus's arrest scene. Or do I? So I'm going to leave that alone. And as far as denying Jesus, I think we do that all the time, right? In fact, that was kind of how I was feeling yesterday. I was just sort of like, no, I don't think so. Not that I was denying his existence, but I was just like, not really feeling like praising you. I'm like, what? What? Yeah, I don't like that. That's kind of a scary thing. But anyway, it's kind of like the vicissitudes of the clouds, right? It's your feelings, they come, they go, they take shape, they influence you. You try not to be influenced by them. Don't get too hung up about it, because you're going to feel better later. Like today, I feel more energized, ready to go. You know. Yeah, then I checked out Aquarian Gospel and wasn't really finding a lot there. It was like people asking Jesus, why does God let things happen? Are people being punished? What's the deal? And then Jesus kind of gets into this, it's not for us to figure out, kind of like what I'm talking about here, just like, what's happening? So yeah, just stand your ground. Don't get too concerned about how you're feeling, because it'll change.